Fox Hill Day 2025, celebrated by thousands of Bahamians, is now one for the history books. And British High Commissioner Thomas Hartley is now packed up and ready to go after a fruitful 3 years in the Bahamas. Details ahead. Plus, UNICEF hosts a child-centered disaster preparedness workshop, so stay close for that. And coming up in sports, Team Bahamas adds to its medal count at the Junior Pan Am Games.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening, I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now. The Disaster Risk Management Authority says Tropical Storm Erin, which should be a hurricane by tomorrow evening, is not projected to come our way. This is indeed good news. However, let's continue to be safe and remember we are almost at the peak of hurricane season, so we have to stay vigilant, alert, and prepared. Let's dive right into news. Well, all roads led to Fox Hill yesterday as the annual Fox Hill Day celebrations took place. The day began with praise and worship and giving thanks. Now, after daytime activities wrapped, the festivities went into evening gear. Corvell Pryfrom took in the fun and has this recap for us.
Fox Hill Day celebrations were filled with all the familiar favorites. Fun, scrumptious food to feast on, great music, and a good time. Great-grandmother and proud Foxillian Evelyn Fitzgerald says wild horses couldn't keep her away from this year's festivities. We spoke to her about why this day is so special to her just moments after she took part in the pineapple eating contest.
You know, especially because you have public activities you could deal with and point the kids on and let them have fun. The kids like to watch the Greasy Pole, the police band, the maypole, and planting the maypole, and they just have fun.
Along with fun, there was lots of food too. One must-stop at the festival was Fox Hill Day Unique Grillers, where they had everything grilled imaginable. Delano Davis is grill master.
We also have lobster, shrimp, pork, chicken ribs. What will cause your belly crave for more.
Fox Hill Day is that rare occasion where politics take a back seat. Politicians sing in one chorus, and this year, a united voice that even in the face of a recent spate of violent crimes, this tradition will remain intact.
Fox Hill people and persons who are familiar with this community, they absolutely love it. So even if there is a risk, they're going to be out.
What you have to do is you have to make sure that it's properly policed, and it is. People respect that, I think.
A tradition since 1870, the Fox Hill Day Festival, where the young could be merry and the not so young be young at heart.
Enjoying Fox Hill Day, I am a proud Foxillian.
For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Corvell Pryfrom.
Looks like a great time was had. Thanks, Corvell. Well, the British High Commissioner Thomas Hartley bid farewell to the Bahamas with an afternoon tea at Cafe Channing Noel, marking the end of his 3-year tenure. Our West Calix Forbes was there.
His Excellency British High Commissioner Thomas Hartley has served in the Bahamas since August 2022. His focus has been on strengthening the ties between two countries through trade, education, security, and culture exchange.
Sadly, this end of this week is my end of my 3 years. It's gone so quickly. It's quite incredible. I still feel like I'm in my first year, and yet it's coming to an end. It's been such a wonderful time. We have been made to feel so welcome in the Bahamas, and we have 5 times as many scholarships now as we did when we started. We've donated 10,000 pages from our national archives to help with the history curriculum. We've hosted diplomats for a day. We've sponsored learn to sail programs. We've donated musical instruments to schools in Cat Island and Eleuthera, and we've supported British teachers and speeches at schools. We've done a huge amount in the education space.
Under High Commissioner Hartley's leadership, the United Kingdom hosted its first trade mission to the Bahamas in over 2 decades, encouraging investment in areas such as tourism, energy, and financial services, while fostering closer cooperation between the Royal Bahamas Defence Force and Royal Navy in areas areas such as maritime security and disaster preparedness.
The type of country the Bahamas wants to be, whether facing the US, facing Europe, open to trade, focused on Bahamians, where people are going to go to school, the type of jobs to be in the Bahamas. I think this conversation, is still to happen. I think a new national development plan would be the right place to have that conversation and to really think beyond the politics, beyond the election.
As Hartley prepares to leave the Bahamas in a matter of days, he boasts about his successor.
I'm very pleased that my replacement is a very wonderful diplomat, a lady called Smita Rossetti. Like me, she's a career public servant. She was previously in Morocco and before that in Jerusalem. She's a fluent Arabic speaker from all of that time, and she's going to come with a whole new set of energy and new enthusiasm for the Bahamas.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix-Forbes.
Thanks, Wes. The Organization for Responsible Governance, ORG, joining national and regional partners for the Core Commitments for Children in Humanitarian Action Workshop, hosted by the Disaster Risk Management Authority in collaboration with UNICEF. The cross-sector session brought together representatives from government agencies, civil society, and humanitarian organizations, including Rotary and the Bahamas Red Cross, to strengthen collaboration on protecting children before, during, and after emergencies. Discussions addressed the growing threats of climate change, from stronger hurricanes to prolonged droughts, and reflected on lessons learned from Hurricane Dorian, which in 2019 severely disrupted healthcare, education, and family stability across the country. Participants explored how UNICEF's framework can guide the integration of child-focused policies into disaster risk management, ensure continuity of essential services, and improve coordination among response agencies. Well, officials at the Flamingo Gardens Family Life Center are putting their money where their mouths are when it comes to the center's backyard farming initiative, facilitated by the Community Affairs Division of the Department of Social Services, Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting. Almost 1 year after its launch in September 2024 as part of the Empowerment Hour program, the center has planted and harvested a range of vegetables, from lettuce to chili peppers, lemon cucumbers, Asian melons, and more recently, pumpkins, including a 28.2-pounder, to showcase how families can not only feed themselves, but also supplement their incomes through the sale of their produce, while ultimately helping to protect the environment. And still to come, it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's time for financial advice from Leno Financial Services. Our weatherman Basil Dean is also waiting in the wings to give us an update on Tropical Storm Erin. So stay close.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Find the summer-loving specials you need at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Cardinal Evaporated Milk, 13 ounces, $1.09. Vitamalt Classic, 16 ounces, 2 for $3. Pretty Lady Red or Green Seedless Grapes, $3.99 per pound. Boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Danish spare ribs, $2.39 per pound. Super savings all summer long at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Welcome to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, the gateway to abundant opportunity, the platform for more, access to a continent with more makers and creators, more technology and manufacturing capabilities, more innovators and collaborators, more information and knowledge, a continent of opportunities for business in more markets and resources that accelerate progress and create space for more infrastructure, connectivity and networking, more creativity, production, and more deals for the people. Afrexim Bank, in collaboration with the African Union Commission, and the AFCFTA Secretariat brings you the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair, hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Over 2,000 exhibitors, 35,000 plus attendees, 140 plus countries, $44 billion in trade and investment opportunities. Register now and enter the gateway to new opportunities.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is that parking lot? You ain't even know where to park. Yeah, just don't park in the, look at this way. Like, you ain't got nowhere to go. Don't park him, just don't park in the handicap spot. Yeah, that's handicap. No, man, you can't park in the handicap spot. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spot, boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking, man. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad big bro, and he got a sticker inside this ain't this mud though. We gotta move. This is handicap spot. Let's go, we gotta move. But we gotta move. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
It is time now for your Access weather forecast, and Aaron has intensified over the last 6 hours. It's now packing winds of some 50 miles per hour as it continues to move towards the west at some 17 miles per hour. Now, we expect some further intensification to take place as it moves over some more warmer waters over the next 24 hours, and then Aaron could become a hurricane as early as tomorrow afternoon. And further intensification taking it to a major hurricane. That's a Category 3 as we head into the weekend on Sunday there. It becomes a Category 3, but the good news for us is all the computer models, or the majority of them, are suggesting that this system will turn towards the north before it reaches the Bahamas, well to the east of us, and so no problem there at all. But we'll continue to monitor it just in the event things does not pan out as these models are saying. We'll make the necessary corrections for you. And then as we go to our live weather radar, we can see some showers and thunderstorms just to the west of Andros. We also have another little batch of showers to the west of the Exuma Keys, and also just to the north of Grand Bahama and North Africa. They're having a few showers there as well. Over Cuba, lots of thunderstorm activities taking place there because we do have a tropical wave that is moving towards the west. And our boating forecast tonight in the northwestern islands through Friday, the winds will remain light and variable with flat sea conditions. High tide takes place at 11:48 tonight, but the low tide at 6:03 tomorrow morning. Now for the central islands through Friday, east to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And in the southeast Bahamas, easterly winds 12 to 18 knots, a little stronger there. So we're asking small craft to exercise caution in the southeast Bahamas right through Friday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
3 a.m. and I'm waiting for the sun. Lost track of the days, man. Look at this, ain't no fun. Cell phone in my left hand, TV on my right. My mouth at you try, 'cause there ain't no room inside. Longing for the days when I was wild and free. Out to everything was lit.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full update. Marlena.
Thanks, Basil. So yesterday, Basil mentioned that he was going to be bringing in one of his cadets tonight, and we're all going to get to meet her right now. We've got Felice Jones with us. Felice, welcome to Access Now.
Thank you.
I know this is probably not the evening you were expecting to have. We kind of just threw mics on you. We're like, you know what? Let's let everybody get to know you because you seem like such a bright young woman. We just want to introduce everyone to you. So first of all, can you tell us a little bit, what is it like being a cadet with Mr. Dean?
I would say it's fun. It's definitely an interesting learning experience. You get to learn more about meteorology and the factors of the job, how it ties into forecasting, aviation, and air traffic.
And so what initially sparked that interest in meteorology for you?
I've always been interested in STEM and in nature. I've always liked nature, the environment, and STEM. And I think meteorology is just a nice mix of that.
And so what kind of things do you do as a cadet?
A lot of learning. Sometimes we get to go on little field trips, as Mr. Dean would call it. We went to Grand Bahama. We got to see the air traffic control there. I believe we're going to see the radar sites soon. We've seen air traffic here in Nassau, how it works, get a feel for it, and how they seek out the planes and train their workers.
Amazing. Now, I'm sure those are things that people just kind of, we know it all works and don't really understand how it works. But when you're seeing all this happen, how old are you?
I'm 15.
You're 15, which is amazing. You're so intelligent. What school are you going to right now?
St. John's. I'm going to my senior year.
Amazing. So you're in your senior year. Do you know what you want to study next?
I think I may go into about atmospheric science or environmental science, something involving meteorology, maybe a side of French.
Oh, I love the side of French. So this, being a cadet, has really solidified and locked it in for you that this is what you want to be doing moving forward.
I have been so interested the past 4 weeks. I really loved it. I think it was a really good learning experience.
Amazing. Felice, well, thank you so much for being such a good sport and sitting down with me and introducing yourself to everyone. We can't wait to see what you're going to do next, because I'm sure you're shining bright so much already that it's only going to get better from here. So thank you so much for being vulnerable.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, spring has passed and summer is here, and while many people focus on cleaning out closets and getting rid of old items, financial experts at Leno Corporate Services say your portfolio can use a little freshening up too. Diane Dorset has part 1 of this 2-part financial series.
Just like dusting off old furniture or clearing out storage, financial spring cleaning starts with evaluating what you already have and what's no longer working.
Spring is the season when the weather is fantastic. The flowers are in bloom, the birds are singing, and spring cleaning is on most of our to-do lists. This spring, you may not only declutter your home, but you may also consider assessing and reviewing your financial portfolio.
But before you start trimming your portfolio, you need to identify which investments are underperforming. One useful tool is a benchmark.
A benchmark is a reference point or a yardstick that helps you measure how well your investment is doing. For example, if you invest in the local stock market, then the BISX All Share Index is most likely the suitable benchmark to compare your investment against.
Coming up in part 2, we'll show you how to rebalance your portfolio, explore new opportunities, and how often you should be reviewing your financial health. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
It's always good to hear from our friends at Leno, but it's time for us to check in with Total Sports to see what's on tap.
And Lamar Taylor continuing to heat up the pool over in Paraguay. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, and Shop Smart, and Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain. And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
It's hot outside, but inside the savings are super cool at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. JBI long grain rice, 5 pounds, $3.79. Jakar vegetable or canola oil, 40 ounces, $4.49. Rainbow green or dried pigeon peas, 15 ounces, $1.39. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $4.99. Whole chickens, $1.89 per pound. Super savings all summer long at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
When a hurricane watch or warning is issued, medical emergency services are placed on high alert. For many persons seeking medical care, defining what an emergency is can be difficult to assess given all that is occurring during the storm. The following basic guidelines are designed to help you assess your emergency. If you are experiencing symptoms like shortness of breath, chest pain, severe pain, disorientation, extreme vomiting or diarrhea, vision disturbance or suicidal thoughts, you should seek immediate medical assistance. If you are bleeding significantly or otherwise severely injured, seek emergency assistance immediately. Children presenting with symptoms like high fever and extremely listless or lethargic behavior need to be taken to the emergency room immediately. If you are unsure of the extent of your condition, you are advised to seek medical assistance immediately. Share your symptoms with the on-call doctor and get advice as to whether or not it can wait until normal business hours. Remember, emergency care is not a convenient option for basic medical care during a storm. The Public Hospitals Authority encourages members of the public to use these basic guidelines to help decide on whether something is an emergency or not. The authority reminds the public that in the case of an emergency, always call 911 or head immediately to the emergency room. This message has been brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority.
Welcome to your Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports over in the pool. Lamar Taylor continuing to build on perhaps one of the most dominant careers amongst male swimmers in Bahamian history. The 22-year-old adding to his collection of medals on Tuesday, winning the bronze in the men's 100-meter free at the 2025 Junior Pan American Games in Asunción, Paraguay. Taylor stopping the clock in a new national record time of 48.51 seconds at the Olympic Aquatic Center in Asunción. Taylor is the only Bahamian swimmer to crack 50 seconds and also boasts the top 14 fastest times in the event. As for the bronze medal, it is the second medal picked up for the 242 at this year's Games and the third overall for the Bahamas in the event's history. From the NBA, Kai Jones currently in talks with the Miami Heat. This revealed earlier this week from NBA insider Chris Haynes. Jones is currently working out for the team while the Heat considers their roster options just ahead of training camp. Jones, the 19th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, played for the Los Angeles Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks during the 2024-2025 season. He appeared in 40 games, averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds in just over 11 minutes per game. Starting the season on a two-way contract with the Clippers, Jones was waived in early March after roster moves. The Mavericks then signed him to help bolster their injury-depleted front court. Jones improved his output, averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds in 12 games across 6 starts. Let's look at your sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1979 for storms in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World's Meteorological Organization for Atlantic hurricanes. There is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there is a change is if the storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate. These are the names of the storms for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season: Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Erin, Fernand, Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, Wendy. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
You're looking at a view of picturesque Montague Beach here in eastern New Providence. Our Kyson Miller took that shot. Good stuff there. But it's time to take a trip down to my island, Grand Bahama. Let's go. The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation takes every opportunity to spotlight the Bahamas' rich, vibrant culture and provided transportation for the visitors to the island to savor the authentic cuisine, enjoy refreshing local drinks, and fully immerse themselves in the 19th annual High Rock Sea Fest held recently. The event attracted scores of families of local residents, family islanders, and those visiting from Canada, the United States, and Barbados. These visitors gathered at the High Rock School grounds to enjoy a fun-filled day of traditional games and competitions like the beer drinking and watermelon eating contests. The crowd took in the delicacies of all things seafood, from cracked and scorched conch to conch fritters, conch salad, fish and lobster, and was also entertained into the evening with music from Stevie S., Wilfred Solomon, and the Top Tier Band. I love my Grand Bahama just as much as I love social media. And it's time for us to check in with our Matea Cunningham and Let's Talk Socials.
Hi everyone, today we're diving into a trend that's been cracking people up online. AI baby comedy videos. These clips depict AI babies working real 9-to-5 jobs, and the reason? Well, apparently living is just that expensive. Check this out.
You're already late, get to work immediately.
Doctor, call me an Uber, I'm late for work.
Aren't you a little young to be working?
Rajit, do your job and stop yapping.
So why are you working here at such a young age?
Have you seen the state of this economy? My piggy bank is empty.
Well, why are you eating on the job? You're fired.
Welcome to the world. You're the smallest one in your family. What would you like to say?
Send me back. I heard my parents are poor. Where's the doctor?
What happened? Where are you going?
I want to go back. I heard my parents are poor. Oh my God.
From babies in business suits sitting through very important meetings to little ones working cash registers and answering phones. These videos have been everywhere, and while they're hilarious, they also have that slightly relatable edge. Because let's face it, sometimes adulting feels like you were hired at birth. Taking a look at the comments, one user joked, "This baby's got better health benefits than me." Another said, "Bro's working overtime and still needs a nap." And my personal favorite, "Raise the minimum wage for babies." Whether you think they're just good fun or a clever take on the cost of living, these AI baby videos prove that sometimes laughter really is the best coping mechanism. We'll meet back here tomorrow for more social media updates. Until then, my name is Matea. Toodles.
Matea, I don't know where you find these things, but I love it. But I want to go back. Anyway, that does it for Access Now for tonight. Make sure to join us tomorrow night when social media influencer Catherine Duncombe joins us live in studio. But for tonight, stay tuned for the last newscast in the land with Royston Jones at 11 p.m. Good night, everybody.